ASTM C138 standard test method for density, yield, and air content of concrete.
The actual weight of the plastic concrete is one of the most accurate ways of evaluating a concrete mix design. The theoretical unit weight versus the actual unit weight will help you determine if the mix is yielding correctly. Through mathematical calculation, you can also help determine air content. Like all the other tests, it is important to make sure all the water is added before the concrete is tested. It is important to make sure the unit weight check is done accurately if the test is to be valid. This section requires basic math skills, so bring a calculator to the training class because we will run through the mix calculations. The procedure for the standard are as follows.
1. Dampen the interior of the bowl. Determine the mass, pounds or kilograms, of the empty measure to be used. 2. Place the concrete in the measure in 3 layers of approximately equal volume. For the first layer, fill the measure to approximately 1/3 of its volume. Then rod the layer 25 times throughout its depth, but not forcibly striking the bottom of the measure. Distribute the roddings uniformly over the cross-section of the measure. Then tap the outside of the measure 10 to 15 times with the mallet to close voids left by the tamping rod. 3. For the second layer, fill the bowl to approximately 2/3 of its volume. Rod the layer 25 times, penetrate the first layer about 1 inch or 25 millimeters, evenly distribute the roddings over the cross-section of the bowl. Tap the outside of the measure 10 to 15 times with the mallet to close voids left by the tamping rod. 4. For the third layer, add material so as to avoid overfilling. Then rod the layer 25 times, penetrate the second layer about 1 inch, 25 millimeters, distribute the roddings uniformly over the cross-section of the measure. Then tap the outside of the measure 10 to 15 times with the mallet to close voids left by the tamping rod. 5. After consolidating the third layer, an approximate 1/8 inch, 3 millimeters, of excess concrete above the top of the measure is considered optimal. Representative material can be added or removed as needed prior to strike-off. 6. Strike off the top surface of the concrete and finish it smoothly with the flat strike-off plate, leaving the measure just level full. Strike off the top layer of concrete. If using a strike-off plate, cover 2/3 of the top surface of the concrete with the plate. Withdraw the plate using a sawing motion while keeping the plate level. Then place the plate over the original area. Advance the plate completely across the top surface of the concrete again using a sawing motion with a downward pressure and keeping the plate level. Holding the plate in an inclined position and using the edge of the plate, use several final strokes to produce a smooth, finished surface. 7. Completely clean the exterior of the measure and determine the mass, pounds or kilograms, of the measure filled with concrete. 8. Calculate the density, unit weight, of the concrete and record the result.